and 2 peas.
And a containment units. That will help send your bastard grandpa straight to hell.
Hey, kids, you trying to send a relative to hell and they just won't go? Call Spirit Busters. We got another pantry, Granny. You know, it cuts to the inside of the firehouse. They come sliding down the pole.
That song, the boys are been with it.
Cleaning up the town.
Yeah, so I don't know how they got away with that, but I guess they did. Maybe that was some sort of... Actually, I think I know why, because Spirit Busters has been in business since 1902. So clearly, they actually took... I think they are actually the original Ghostbusters, but because of the name, they probably made some NDA, non-disclosure agreements, so they probably can't talk about it. But they just have to do one legal thing.
They've been living off the Ghostbusters hush money for decades, but now they're running out of money and they need your help. And ghosts are real, and you can call your local office. Here's the great thing about Spirit Busters. They've got chapters in all 50 states, and they're near most major cities.
And in most U.S. territories. The one in Puerto Rico no longer exists because the Spirit Busters there. No, the hurricane was... Actually, the hurricane is what killed the Spirit Busters there, but now they inhabit the Spirit Buster station there. So... yes. They're very
going metal with it.
Yeah. But that's the only they're in Guam, they're in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all good everywhere else.
I love this. Do they have a careers page, like where I can go sign up?
They do not.
Changing careers.
They do not. They it's actually a family business
with chapters in all. Are they a Mormon family business?
No. They just a big family. Big family.
Old moneyed family.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, the people running it in the people that were running it in Puerto Rico were like, distant cousins and like when the great grandfather would like bang like someone else and there'd be like an offspring, like they still count those people. So it's really it's when they say they're a family company, they mean it. They're like, hey man, look, if my dad cheated on my mom and got someone pregnant, you're my boy now, you're my brother, you're coming into the fold, we're going to take care of you. So really they're think about it, it sounds like a great company to work for if you can marry your way in.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to marry your way in or just be born to it. Or pay someone at Ancestry.com a lot of money. Or make friends like I did with the patent clerk.
Yes, as
somebody
you can
at
tell.
Ancestry.com.
Yeah, you call up every day and you're like, so Antonio, how's your day? Tell me a little bit about this.
Oh my God, I miss you. I wish I could come see you and do this stuff in person.
Right. And then when you do, that's when you break the shit on them. You're like, Antonio, I need you to fucking force the document.
You love me, right?
Wow, this is getting into some really dark territory, Spirit Busters, and I'm really sorry. we Anyway, Spirit Busters, get them out peacefully or not peacefully if they're shitbags. I think it's really
if they're going to hell.
Right.
I think it's a great business. I think this is the best sponsor we've ever had. I'm really excited about it, and I hope they come back whenever they develop some sort of secondary ancillary service. Not that I'm pitching for a future show or anything. I think there's room for them to diversify.
All right, so Spirit Busters since 1902. Check them out. It's very strange that they have the Z in 1902, but
it's 1900Z actually. That's how they get around it.
Maybe I got it wrong, and it's Spirit Boosters, and that's it's like an old world.
Spirit Bustiers, they're ghost bras.
All right, so yeah.
Have you wished that a ghost would hold up your titties?
Ow.
Yeah. That's the ad line for Ghost Bustiers.
Yeah.
Duh.
All right, call Sterling Cooper Draper Price right now because we got a humdinger. We're on fire tonight for copywriting.
Yeah.
We would win all the Clio awards. I think that was the name.
We really
of that.
would. We'd be a couple of Peggy Olsons.
We would be because I cry all the time. So
and I jerk off strangers in movie theaters.
Yeah, all the time. Also,
all the time.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
even
I'm
during
like,
the pandemic, we break into movie theaters. Me and my Johns.
It's very. He's got an app.
Door Busters with a Z. I pitch it as a sales app, but it's actually meet up in abandoned theaters for free hand jobs app.
And you can sign up to be a
jobber,
or
Jobby.
Yeah. So it's all in good fun. I guess. I mean, you are breaking and entering, so maybe it's not.
And it is technically infidelity. So
sure, for you for sure, but maybe not for other. Maybe you don't. Well, maybe your days of that are done.
Yeah, I've retired. Sure. I just run the company.
Yeah, you just want to make
some
money.
It's a family business.
Sure, they all are, aren't they? So,
yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, just to double back to Ghostbusters for a second.
Sure. We can legally talk
model
about it.
Is endlessly cruel because basically what they do is violently subdue and then imprison without trial or parole for all of eternity souls.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, their worst crime was eating hot dogs.
Sometimes, yeah.
And sliming the walls.
I mean, I don't know. Slimer was a bit aggressive. I don't know. Like, we're talking about ghost policing now, right? Like, where's the ghost policing reform? Defund Ghostbusters.
Oh, no.
They need to come up with a more humane way of getting rid of these spirits who just, I don't know what their deal is. I don't know,
Are the ghosts in Ghostbusters, are they actually dead people?
I think yes, because remember the ones in Ghostbusters 2 were on
death row, yeah, the Scolari brothers.
Yeah, and they came back and haunted that guy. Those were bad people though, so I think it would be fine for the Ghostbusters to get them. Yeah.
The Scolari brothers need to go to hell.
I had never thought of the ethical quandaries that Ghostbusters could bring on.
Man, I mean, the news, it just gets you thinking lately, about how even a concept that seems as, innocent as Ghostbusters has some fascist undertones to it.
Yeah, and I don't think that was intentional, it's fun, right? But when you start thinking about, when you start drilling down the
metaphysics.
Yeah, you're like, oh, wow, yeah. But some of them were like Zool.
Yeah.
Zool was not a ghost, but a demon or something like that, right?
An interdimensional demon, basically a Cthulhu type.
Oof, man, and they kind of stepped out of their comfort zone fighting a demon. Man, I would have charged so much money for them.
I think they did, but I think the city sued them, and that's why they were doing birthday parties at the beginning.
Which is fucking crazy. You saved not only the city of New York, but perhaps the world. And the cities, you know what? Fuck defund the Ghostbusters. No, give the Ghostbusters more goddamn money.
It is an interesting way to go with your sequel of basically having the first act of the movie be a get the band back together instead of just having them be in business and ghost busting the last 5 years.
I never really thought about that. I guess that's true. Why did it start on such a bummer note? Instead of being hey man, we've been busting ghosts for 10 years. Holy shit, there's an even bigger crisis about to happen.
I mean, maybe they thought it would, and Peter and Dana aren't together. I feel like it's so they could hit some of the same notes from the first movie again, the going into business montage, the Peter and Dana romance and stuff like that. So maybe it's better we never actually got a Ghostbusters 3.
I thought we were getting one.
Oh, well, there's Afterlife. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, that seems to be more about the kids than about, Egon's dead. So
it should be. That's very true. You're right. We could never get a full Ghostbusters 3 now. I mean, I don't know, man. I saw Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One, and that dude.
Oh, they better not. They fucking better not.
What if that gets so good at one point though that like you don't even notice? What if like they do a whole movie and you're like, yeah, man, that's Jada Pinkett Smith, and they're like, nope, that's a computer.
I mean, I think in part we're there. Like, if you look at like The Social Network, for example, the David Fincher movie, like the Winklevoss twins. I think it's a seamless effect. But I mean, Armie Hammer, and there was another actor who played the other one physically, and then they just put Armie Hammer's performance on top of it, and it's seamless. So like, I think but that's with a living actor who can like,
I'm talking like CGI, like, you're right, that's fair. I don't know how you would do it and not, I don't know. You would just have to do it with a living actor and then be like, yeah, that wasn't them. And then you're like, great, Brando's back.
Yeah, the dead live. Like in the Clerks cartoon.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
And he runs back and pays for his purchases and then runs screaming back out of the store.
Like that is such a fun cartoon, but like even whenever it happened, I was like, is this really happening? Is Kevin Smith really writing a Clerks cartoon? That seems crazy. And then it worked so well. And then he did a lot of other things.
More of it, yeah.
Yeah. They've done cartoons and stuff since then, but I guess they're more Jay and Silent Bob based, because I guess probably Miramax or Harvey Weinstein probably owns.
I'm not. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. No, I think he owns Clerks. I think it was just he wanted to do something for Jay. So.
I do think he's writing Clerks, or I guess he's on Mallrats too. I think that's his next big. I think that's what he's trying to do now with Jason Lee.
Good if he can get him back. Can he get back London Doherty and what was her name? Claire Forlani?
Man, I don't know, man. That would be a wild. Some of those people aren't probably working pretty regularly. One of the Londons had a drug problem for a long time, but I don't know if it was the one that was in Mallrats or not.
Jason or Jeremy? Yeah.
And Shannon Doherty's had like cancer and stuff, so I don't know.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. I don't know how I know that. I'm not like. I don't like spend lots of time.
ShannonDohertyNewsAndRumors.com.
No, it's .net, number one. No, I'm just kidding. It's .org. So we earlier talked a little bit about maybe, podcasts, the future of podcasts. Well, I'd like to take a minute to talk about the future of this podcast, or maybe one subsequent. I have been thinking about ways to, maybe just a new podcast. We'll keep doing this one, but then we'll do another podcast.
We'll do a spinoff.
Sure. Team Hurricane presents, something.
Right.
Team Hurricane joined or whatever. Like maybe we do one that's like a deep dive into Alien. Like you could tell me all about Alien and I'd be like, what the fuck? Cool. That's crazy. Speaking of Alien though, did you see that Marvel picked up their the Alien and Predator comic rights?
I did. I've been reading the old ones from the 90s that Dark Horse did. I went. I assume Marvel will reissue those at some point because they've done it with all the Star Wars stuff. They reissued it just under the Marvel banner. So I look forward to all of that being on Marvel Unlimited someday.
Oh, that's awesome! You're gonna have a field day. You really could do this podcast.
I could bore you to tears with alien minutia.
Wow, we should call it that, alien minutia. So I had a face what?
Borer. It didn't really work.
Face
it still
borer?
Sounds like a face fucking. Not.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway.
So I've never seen certain shows all the way through.
Okay.
So a rewatch podcasts are really big, but we could just do a watch podcast. This is a series I thought might be fun. Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
We
The
can
show could
watch.
be called Murder He Watched.